Me and Sam are back at it again, drafting cards and dueling hard, but this time it's Generation Next. Each week we'll open 4 of each core GX pack and add a single card from each to our collections. Then build decks and throw down. The loser gets to ban 1 card, but the winner takes 1 step closer to 10 wins and becoming GX champion. Join us as we try to build the 3 or 4 good decks available in this series, Yu-Gi-Oh! Generation Draft GX.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I've some draws.
And let's end the game with an explosion.
Oh, wow, fair enough.
That's why I was really worried that you would... I was like, if he gets a 6 Samurai that is huge, which I think would only have been... God, is Anishi even a 6 Samurai?
Or Io would have done it.
Yeah.
Because I have the miss.
Welcome back to another episode of Generation Draft GX Era. Last week we managed to take down Sam, which means we're only getting 5 side sets this week, which is Asta Phoenix. Now, there's not going to be a ton in here that we're going to be after. We're basically only looking for the Ultras, so we'll just kind of zoom through this. Well, there's Destiny Draw. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what Destiny Draw actually does for us, because although we do have 2 copies of Disc Commander, that's kind of it. We don't have the Malicious, and the chances of getting double Malicious in the rest of these packs is extremely low. But we'll fire through anyway. Clock Tower Prison is okay. And then last pack. Yeah, there's not... We weren't really expecting to get a ton. Obviously, I think if we had gotten Destiny Draw double Malicious, that would have been fantastic. But we're not that lucky, unfortunately. But this is still okay. I don't know if we'll actually use Destiny Draw, but outside of getting just double Malicious, I think this is probably the best we could hope for. Let's fire in and open the main sets. Time to open our main sets. Let's hope we get something good. Pack number 1. Not great pack number 1. Pack number 3. Brain Control is very funny. Unfortunately, Sam got this week 1 and thus we banned it. So we do not have access to Brain Control. Pack number 3. Goblin Elite Attack Force. Maybe there's something we can do with this. We'll take it as a super rare. Alright, Shadow of Infinity. There's not going to be a ton in here that we still need. We still haven't seen any of the other Sacred Beasts outside of Hamon. Let's see if we can find... Speak, and we will receive. There is Raviel. We'll take it. I don't know if there's much we could do with it, but we'll take it. Right, Strike of Neos. Let's see what we can find in here. Pack number 1. Crow the Third. That is definitely worth taking. 3 crows is pretty good. Pack number 2. Card Trader, the Sam Special. Unfortunately, not super good for us. Right, Force of the Breaker. Let's see what we can find in here. Pack number 1. Sky Scourge. These cards have let us down before. We will take it because there's a chance we can do something with it. Number 3. Soul Taker the Second. That is interesting. We definitely take that. 2 Soul Takers is very, very interesting. I mean, Sam was already talking about banning that. I think this might be the nail in the coffin for this card. Pack number 2. Super Ancient Deep Sea King. Coelacanth. Now... Unfortunately, we haven't really been taking the fish, and I think this is the 2nd or 3rd that we've actually seen of this. There's not really going to be much we can do off of it. Fire of Doomsday cannot be tributed for a tribute summon unless it's for a dark monster. Cannot. I think we'll just take Fires of Doomsday. Maybe we can do something with this. Alright, last pack of Phantom Darkness. We're still looking for that Lone Fire Blossom. We're still looking for Dad. There's a bunch of other cards that are really useful in here. Let's see what we can find. Offerings to the Snake Deity. That is a shame. This card is freshly banned, so we won't be able to do anything with it. So I guess we'll just take the Immortal Bushi. Right, Light of Destruction. There's still some really good cards we can get from here. Batteryman Industrial Strength the Third would be really, really good here. Also, any of the other Lightsworn cards, Judgment Dragon being the major one. Let's see what we can find. Pack number 1. Unfortunately, none of this is going to be super helpful for us. Pack number 2. Third Batteryman Industrial Strength. Okay, that is pretty big. I don't know... Because now we might get to the problem of having not enough Batterymen to actually be able to summon all of them, but maybe. Right, final pack of Light of Destruction. Fingers crossed for just something huge. We're looking for Judgment Dragon. We're looking for like the finish up playsets of some of our Lightsworn cards. Or even a Limit Reverse we'd take. Let's see what we can get. It's looking like not much. We could take the 3rd Graganeth, which is fine. Not the best ending we could hope for, but it's still pretty good. We got some okay cards here. The 3rd DD Crow is pretty big. We also got the 2nd Soul Taker and 3rd copy of Industrial Strength. So there's definitely a lot of things we can do here. And we'll probably be bringing some sort of Batteryman deck this week. But let's add these to the collection, fire into deck building, and see what we can come up with. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. It is Batterymen Monarchs. So although we only have one named Monarch, we do have a lot of Monarch statted monsters in Prime Material Dragon and the Batteryman Chargers, which again, when it gets its effect off, will become a 2400 attacker. And we have the Treeborn Frog to try and facilitate getting these big monsters out. We now have a playset of Industrial Strength. We're only bringing 2 because we can brick on this card. We do need to have a lot of Batterymen in the graveyard, so we don't want to be pumping too many of these into our deck. But the general consensus of the deck is that we just want to swarm the board, get a load of batteries in the graveyard, use the batteries with something like Battery Charger so we can use them as tribute fodder, get the batteries in the graveyard to summon out Industrial Strength, use Microcell and Portable Pack, the Treeborn Frog and the Battery Charger to just get out lots of tribute fodder so we can get out our big tribute monsters. I think if we get a Treeborn Frog in rotation and when we draw some of our tribute monsters, we should be in an okay position to just close out the games. But yeah, this deck's looking very, very strong. I think realistically, it's going to be a tough one for Sam to overcome. The side deck, there isn't really much to talk about. It's just kind of all generic stuff, except Acidic Downpour in case Sam is specifically on like an Earth style strategy. We have the Pulling the Rugs in here in case, again, Sam's on a similar deck, because Pulling the Rug actually does hurt our deck quite a lot because we do have Riser, we do have Batteryman Charger, and Black Horn of Heaven in case, again, Sam's doing any inherent summoning. So again, we're feeling reasonably confident. This looks really, really powerful. I think this might even be the strongest deck we can bring, so fingers crossed we can win. Let's fire on in and see what Sam's got for us. Last week was an interesting one because we had the reptiles come out. Now, unfortunately, I think the reptiles are probably all but dead now, losing their offerings to the snake deity. But yeah, that card needed to go in the same way Icarus Attack needed to go. Icarus Attack, so it's a bit of a toss-up, right? I think there are better reptiles, kind of, than winged beasts. But Icarus Attack was a common, which meant it was easy to get your hands on.
Yeah.
So I think it's appropriate that, what was it, episode 14, we finally saw me get a playset of that trap card, which I think, as far as I know, you still haven't seen one.
So I did see one this week, so I probably have seen one or two. Maybe I just didn't quite realise what it was.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time you'll see a card with reptile written on it and you'll be like, no.
Yeah, I know there were some decent reptile cards, but yeah.
Well, you last week were on 6 Samurai, which because I won means that was unhit. So we could see you doing the run back on 6 Sam. But that's the thing. I think typically you tend to bring back familiar decks a little bit more than I do. But just like me, you don't tend to bring back the same deck twice in a row. Except I think the only time you've brought the same deck back to back was the Demise.
Yeah.
And that was because you pulled Demise. Which leads me to think you're probably not on 6 Sam this week unless you got some very good 6 Sam pulls this week. Like if you pulled a Grandmaster, obviously you're going to bring back the 6 Sam, right?
Yeah. You'll see. Yeah, I'm interested to know what you're on, because obviously I find it so funny that you've played Batterymen more than me, right?
Yeah. I think you played it like 2 weeks, and even then, obviously, it was just a little bit of Batteryman.
Yeah, and it was mainly because it was still early days back then as well. Like, you didn't really have a deck back then, you know? It was just kind of what little bits of an archetype could you put in your deck.
Yeah, and obviously Batteryman, very low rarity.
But you have the industrial strength, so every week I am absolutely terrified.
Yeah, just like you're terrified of Warwolf. And then I didn't bring it for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but I still have to deck build against it.
Yeah, but that's what I like. I like not bringing something for a while, and then you being like, oh, has he got it? Has he got it? I need to prepare for it.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you're on. I don't think we're going to be in a mirror match today, let me put it that way.
Does that mean that you're on something weird?
Find out.
I got some very interesting pulls last week and this week. So, oh, that's right. I remember now. I got 2 very, very good pulls, which I'm bringing today, but there are caveats to like how good they actually are. So we'll have to see what happens in that. Did you get anything crazy in your week's pulls?
I got again. I got good cards. I just don't think I'm ever going to use them. Like a lot of the Destiny hero stuff, I look at cards and I go, "Oh, I remember that being a good card." I just don't see how we play any form of D heroes. I don't see us playing DDT. You know, like
DDT could copium work, but Destiny heroes in general, I think, is literally going to be like 2 or 3 malicious, 2 or 3 Destiny draw, which is already a huge ask to get any of that. Then like has many disc commanders as you've got, and then malicious, and that would kind of be the entire package. I feel like it's never going to be like a whole deck, but you could make something out of it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So,
All right. Well, shall we hop in and see what we're both on?
let's do it.
Ah.
Yep. See, this is kind of what I was worried about.
That makes me a little happier, I guess. I will set, and I think I'll just pass on this.
Okay.
Not the strongest open, but
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're gonna run out the Crystal Beast Samba Mammoth.
oh no! How have we found ourselves in another mirror?
No, don't.
No,
don't,
no.
I was like, "There's no way you are on this."
Yeah. I mean, you were saying before that you had some Pegasus. I don't know how many, because I think it was an ultra rare. Which means it's so hard to get this deck going. All right. Well, let us reborn away.
Yeah. We're gonna early days. We're gonna get rid of the abundance. Like, when am I ever gonna use that?
I respect it. I respect it. What do we want to do here, though? Is the question.
It's an early shotgun on the Treeborn, but whenever you see Treeborn, you know what he's there to do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Let's drop insect.
Okay.
Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we're just going to
place
give you
him-
the...
Place him here.
We will set a back row and pass.
We will play Ancient City Rainbow Ruins.
Yes, okay.
We will set and pass.
Okay, okay. Where do I want to go with this? Is the next question. See, that's the problem with Crystal Beasts, is you're like, oh, they're a really cool anime deck, but then what they do turn into is just a really stall control OTK. Which is like everything wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, I'm staring down a chainsaw insect. Like...
Yeah, but if I attack into this, it's a Crystal Beast. You get another guy in the back row, which turns Rainbow Ruins on even more. I don't really get any good damage in, and you get an extra draw. So, like, those are all bad for me. I feel like attacking is actually the wrong decision here. Alright, we will tribute to summon out Riser.
Okay.
We're going to use Riser effect, and I'm going to put this monster back to the top.
Okay.
We'll go to battle, and I'm going to attack you.
Alright, we will Crystal Raigeki.
Yes, that is fine. I will end my turn.
I'm just gonna try and get in 1400.
Yeah, that's fine. 14 is a-okay. Alright, I'm going to set a monster. I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay, we're gonna summon out the tiger.
Okay. You have attacked Treeborn Frog.
Okay. So I'm expecting to see the back row used here.
MST.
It is MST. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to not get Rainbow Ruins MST'd, but I needed to deal with Riser, so
Yeah, I needed to deal with Rainbow Ruins. I'm going to set another card and pass. Fortunately, I don't have a big monster to scare you with at the moment. Behold! Battery Man Microcell.
I mean, at least I can clear it.
Yep.
We got a back row, so...
Alright, I will tribute to summon out Prime Material Dragon.
Okay.
We will then banish 2, summon out Industrial Strength.
Yep.
We'll
Yeah.
go battle phase. We will attack, or attempt to attack Cobalt Eagle. And then we will attack into Topaz Tiger. Oh, okay. I will use Prime Material Dragon's effect and discard Battery Man doubly.
That was a good turn to play the Prime Material Dragon, I tell you.
Yeah, it was definitely very fortunate. This Prime Material Dragon is such an underrated card, I feel. Like, it's so cool. It's so good. I will pass the turn there.
This isn't great for us. We kind of really needed a monster.
Well, 2 sets means you could have Regeki of the crystal variety. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and activate Industrial Strength.
Yeah.
Target my own Froggy and one of your back row.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a bluff, which means the other one could still be scary. How much am I on at the moment? I'm on 5k. So if I summon this, see if you have anything. Oh. Yeah, that one felt like a little bit of a blowout. I feel like if you manage to keep the Rainbow Ruins online, you get to stall out for a lot longer, but I'm not sure if it matters too much.
Yeah, I don't actually think the Rainbow Ruins, like, especially in, you know, the limited form we're in, halving battle damage I take is kind of like not that fantastic, you know?
So I think it's the opposite. I think it's a lot better because we're in limited. Because in a constructed deck, I would just almost try and blow you out completely, right? But in limited, halving battle damage, having the, what is it, the negate it has built into it, and the most annoying thing is that it gets destruction prevention. So you're sat there like, okay, I want to just get rid of this card. Because that's the thing, it ramps up, right? If you're able to get a load of Crystal Beasts into your back row, be it what Beacon or Blessing or whatever they are, using Pegasus effect and just having them die by combat, suddenly you get like 3 special summons every turn. If you've got like Pegasus in the back row, that's an extra one to the back row. And then it just comes down to like, can you maintain advantage while doing all of that? And that's, I think, the tricky bit, because a lot of the Crystal Beast cards are a bit wonky of like Crystal Regeki. You're not really losing advantage, right?
Yeah.
But you are kind of. But obviously being able to just pop anything is also really, really strong, which is why Crystal Regeki is actually a really good card in speed duels at the moment. But we'll see what happens in game 2. Alright, let's see. All set. This is a tricky hand. I think I'm going to set 2. I think that's the play.
Oh no. The double black claw. Alright, let's hit you with the Cobalt Eagle.
Yes.
That's my cell.
I'll summon out double A. And then we'll take a draw. Okay. 3 back row is a lot of back row. Also, I'm told. And it's a weird. I don't want to hit it. I don't want it to suddenly give you a card to use. It's frustrating. Alright, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet. Summon out Chainsaw Insect.
Okay.
Put this to attack. Go to battle phase. We will attempt to clear.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna eliminating the league. Chainsaw Insect.
Target 1. Face that monster. Destroy target. Look at your opponent's hand. All spell cards in the hand with the same name as the destroyed card. So only Chainsaw Insect.
Yeah.
It's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Treeborn swap MST. Okay, oh no, Treeborn frog creature swap. Are you serious?
Yes, I am. Unfortunately, my little battery man that could can't do anything here, so we'll have to end here.
Okay. Well, let's try and get over the battery man that could.
I guess losing this battery man doesn't matter, so we will just lose him.
And then I'm gonna set one.
Okay. I'm going to set a monster and pass the turn.
See, I don't. I think that's a ripped microcell off the top.
Yeah?
So we're gonna flip summon the tortoise. I tried to say turtle and tortoise, and they merged into one.
This is fine.
If it is frog.
Then we'll go ahead and use this. We'll stem the bleeding a bit. See if you want to use something on this. Oh, defense mode.
Yeah, I was thinking about playing this to do kind of the same thing. And it was like, obviously you want this more as tribute fodder than anything else.
Yeah.
But also just putting a 3k defender is something that is very hard for either of us to deal with.
Yeah, it does die to MST though.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'll set a back row and I think I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okay, I will normal summon Pegasus.
Okay. Is there anything I care about Pegasus? Oh, Pegasus is fine.
We will get the Amethyst Cat.
Okay.
And then we will Crystal Raigeki, the Reflect Slime.
Yes, that's fine.
She's got another one.
Who we want to do here? I think we will do this. I'm going to drop Karma Cut now.
Okay.
And get rid of this. And this is fine.
Cool beans, cool beans.
That's really not the draw I want right now. We will pass here, I think.
Alright.
Alright, we're just going to take that. Sure, we'll take that as well.
Defense mode, my tortoise. Set.
Then in your end phase, I'm going to use Portable Battery Pack.
Okay.
Really not enjoying these draws very much. Set, set, set. Pass. Defense, defense, set, I should say.
Okay, so what are we trying to do here? Can't tribute. If you're trying to clear up for Treeborn Frog, you wouldn't have set a new one, but there's no point setting up for the frog, because if you could tribute, you would have right here.
Okay. Yes, this is fine.
I really kind of wanted to draw one of the 16, 17, 1800s.
What MST?
MST the back row. Okay. It makes me kind of glad that I held cards at hand.
Return to the field, Froggy. I will tribute Frog, summon that Charger.
Yep.
Charger effect, we will grab Battery Man double A. So we'll put it in attack.
Yep.
We will go to battle phase. I suppose we'll clear this.
C clears the battery.
Let's see what this is. Okay, so that does get you 2. I will set and pass. So it's tricky, right? We're in a limited format, so theoretically, your actual options here are very limited, but I'm like going through everything it possibly could be in my head, and I'm like, oh god, there's so many scary things. Alright, I'm gonna fire this off, and I think we're just gonna get rid of Carbuncle here.
Okay.
That was a very nice top deck. Especially when I have a Frog in rotation. So I'll tribute it for a second charger. And now my board looks crazy. So we will go straight to battle. Charger has to clear this.
Yeah, he goes there.
I'll attack it with this, respecting that it could be another tortoise. Oh, don't want that in the back row. Get in for the 4K. Why do you not want that in the back row? Aww. I will end the turn.
Alright. We'll activate this.
This lets you grab a card.
Go up to 4.
Ah, okay. And that's game, right? Oh, Crystal Abundance is such an annoying card.
I was sat in this entire game and I'm like, if I could at some stage draw a monster with some form of attack point.
What are we at? Are we at 3,500?
6 to 3 to 3 5, and we did draw the Amber Mammoth.
Okay.
Yeah. So this turn we drew a monster that can, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cobalt Eagle was the biggest thing I had the second you got rid of the Pegasus, and I'm like, even if I do somehow abundance this, like, how do I win? He's got too much life points.
Yeah, I was trying to stop losing life points as much as I could there, but my hand was so bad for a lot of that game that I was just sat there like, defense pass, bring back stuff to defend me and pass.
Yeah.
And then I finally got a good board, and it didn't matter because you had the abundance anyway. This is why I don't really like abundance, because again, abundance is very like uninteractable a lot of the time. It basically reads like win the game if your opponent's got like 6,000 or less most of the time. But we'll have to see what happens in the next game. Go to game 3. Right, we will go second for the first time.
We will drop an Amber Mammoth and set one and pass.
Okay. I will... Let's get a little bit tricky here. I think I'm going to space the back row.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's gone. We'll summon out Chainsaw. We will clear this.
Yes, you can to the back row.
And we'll pass there.
Well, Rainbow Ruins.
Yep. Oh, God.
Get the Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
We'll set one.
Another back row. That's scary. Alright, we're going to get rid of this and bring out Prime Material.
Okay.
And then we'll try and clear this.
Well, half.
Then we end the turn.
See, that's good. It just doesn't do any. Like, I've drawn a card that's like, this is a good card. Just doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form. Okay.
The old defense monster, eh? We just have to get a battle phase here. Swing. We will set and pass.
We will draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
This is what I mean. Now you're off to the races, and it's going to be so difficult to keep you down.
Yeah.
It's so easy for this deck to do this. frog.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do this now.
Okay. Oh, and another back row. Right, we'll get a battle phase. We'll have a little swing.
How much do I care about this?
Don't know. It's 400 damage.
Yeah, well...
Main 2, we will set and pass.
Sure, I think I've done this in my head.
Okay.
Oh, it summons all. Okay.
I mean, this is a lot of damage. But this is probably going to be too much for me to come back from. Because now, anytime you draw an abundance, you just win the game.
That's what we're hoping. We think we've done the maths. So we're going to put Topaz Tiger to the top. We're going to special summon Rainbow Dragon. This is double A. I need to hit it with this. No, I'm a little bit off.
Yeah, you haven't won the game, but
yeah.
Well, you've all but won the game.
And then, sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll drop this.
Quick effect. Send all crystal beast controlled to the graveyard, discard gains 1,000 attack for each. I think I won't do that one.
Then I'll summon out Chainsaw Insect. Guess we'll just swing over this.
Attack. Would you like to use the effect of Crystal Mammoth? No, we want to use the effect of... Yeah, Security Orb.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What a shit game.
I summoned Rainbow Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, that game 3 was like better, but I don't know. I really don't like the Crystal Beasts because, like I said, it's very boring, right? It is stall, half damage I take, very control oriented. I get pops whenever I want. I get extra draws when I want. It's like an infinite conga line of dudes once you've got Rainbow Ruins online, and it's very unfun because it feels like when you've set up, I don't really get a chance to interact with you because I'm not playing these like big blowout cards, which does make the game very one-dimensional, right? I basically feel like I have to stop you from getting to that stage to win, and if I don't, I can't do anything.
Yeah, it's interesting because from the other side, I sit here and I know I'm running 3 Chainsaw Insect, but again, I have this issue of if you just summon guys and attack me, I have to like, I just lose the game, right? Yeah, if you're able to just summon a guy every time.
But that's not true when Rainbow Ruins comes into effect, right? Because 1, you have ways to out my shit already, right? You have things like Crystal Regeki. And 2, Rainbow Ruins gives you an additional draw every turn if it gets up there. If you get to 5, it gives you an extra monster every turn, so that's an extra body to keep blocking, on top of just everything else, and then halving damage as well, means you can slow the game down to a crawl. And it's like, even there, I did summon the Prime Material Dragon, and whenever I got something else out, you would deal with it, and then I'm just sat there like, well, I can't push for any damage because Prime Material Dragon's hitting for next to nothing.
Yeah, but again, that it's kind of like, though, because... Like, if you had that Treeborn, if I didn't have the Transmigration Prophecy, I'm pretty sure I just lose that game 3. Because every turn you just summon out a Tribute Monster.
I have to have a Tribute Monster every turn for that to work, Sam.
As how it felt. That's what I mean. Playing against you, it's like, oh, he's just going to Tribute Summon every turn.
Yeah, well, again, if I had a Tribute Monster every turn, and if I had Treeborn Frog in the graveyard, maybe it's a different game. But I didn't, right? So because of that, you managed to slow the game down to a crawl, I couldn't get any good damage in. I need very specific outs to deal with a Rainbow Ruins, because all you need is one card in the back row and it can't be destroyed by effects.
Yeah.
And even like a Riser puts it to the top of your deck, but that doesn't stop it. You just get it back next turn. But yeah, and then obviously Crystal Abundance is a really boring card. It basically just says like, oh, I'm going to play as slow, as safe as possible, and then when everything's just set up right, I'll then activate this card and win the game. It's a hard one as well, because I really, like I said, I don't like Crystal Beasts. I think because they're an anime deck, they've got that like niche kind of fun aspect of like, oh, I can be like Jesse Anderson from the show and I can do all these weird little things. And I think Crystal Regeki is a good card. I like that card kind of on its own. I hate Rainbow Ruins and I hate Crystal Abundance, so I don't know which of those two cards I'm going to ban. But it's definitely going to be one of those two, because again, I hate like floodgates. I know Rainbow Ruins isn't inherently a floodgate, but it's like the closest thing you can get to a floodgate without being a floodgate. Like it's so...
Yeah. We're only running, despite the fact that we got it every game, Cobalt Eagle, we're only running one. Like the shit ones we're trying not to run too many of.
Yes.
You don't want to draw them. You want to just be like Sapphire Pegasus, get the turtle or the amethyst into the spell trap zone. No, I never have to worry about it ever again.
3 Pegasus. See, this is the problem. I want to stop you from ever bringing this deck again. That's what I want, because this deck is boring. It is like anti-fun. I just want this deck gone. I don't know what hurts this deck more out of getting rid of... I feel like if I get rid of Crystal Abundance, you lose your win con.
Yes.
So theoretically, you should stop playing the deck. But you could still bring it and just use Rainbow Ruins. But then I feel like if I hit Rainbow Ruins, you can still bring your win con. Although I think Rainbow Ruins is the biggest offender of like making boring games. I think I've got to hit
win a game. That's what Rainbow Ruins lacks, right? Because yes, it can special summon guys. Yes, it lets me draw cards if I'm fully set up.
But that's the thing, right? Level limit area B doesn't win the game.
Yeah.
But it's still, take away level limit area B, a lot of the stall decks kind of lose their power, right?
I would agree, but Rainbow Ruins does specifically require all of the setup there, which is easy, I would agree. But if the setup's there, it means I can't do anything else there. Or as you say, Crystal Abundance is you drop it and the only way to play around it is to not play as many cards, which in and of itself is not great. So
yeah, I think I will just get rid of Crystal Abundance. I think that's going to be the easiest hit here. I mean, look at the rest of your deck. There's nothing particularly special here, right? Like, none of this is new. I mean, the big thing is you have a Rainbow Dragon and 3...
I've been sitting on 2 Pegasus, 1 Rare Value, 1 Rainbow Dragon for most of the season, and then I got the 3rd Pegasus, and I was like, I am playing Crystal Beasts at least one. Like, you can't pull 3 Pegasus and not play Crystal Beast.
The thing is, like, because I'll show you my deck now. Right, here you go. I look at this and I'm like, how did this lose?
Yeah, the second I saw the Microcells and the Treeborns, it was the I knew it was the Tribute Strategy Battery Man thing that you ran a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, the new and updated version.
Oh, Soul Taker 2 as well. Jesus, my guy.
Yeah, so my big pulls were the 2nd Honest and the 2nd Soul Taker.
Yeah.
None of that came up. So with that is episode 15, which means we get to talk about gentleman'sing stuff if we want to.
Yeah.
Now, I think the big one that we've been talking about for a long time is Chainsaw Insect.
Yes.
I think I am just about ready to see this card go away.
Yeah, it's really hard. Because, I mean, even for your deck, right? The last thing you want to do is do all of this stuff, and I go, right, yeah, Chainsaw Insect, Ram.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you haven't lost anything, but I've just completely, 1-for-1 all of your setup with a normal summon.
So one other thing I will say is I would really like Rainbow Ruins gone. And I do say that as someone who also has a playset of Rainbow Ruins. Now, I don't even think you're going to play Crystal Beasts again. But that is the only, like, unfun card, I guess. Like I said, I don't think anything else necessarily needs to be hit. I think Chainsaw Insect is probably all we need.
Yeah, but, I mean, the only other card I see is Creature Swap, but it looks like you've just gone up to 3 of that, so...
I do not mind getting rid of Creature Swap. I will say that as a person with 3, Creature Swap is frustrating. And I think frustration is something I like to get rid of.
I feel like every time one of us has played Creature Swap, it's won the game.
Yeah.
Just normally right there and then.
So I am actually it completely just went under my radar, but I am very happy to get rid of Creature Swap. Oh, but yeah, that was an exciting one. You're now at 8 wins, so if you win the next 2, that's it. You've won GX. So we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully we can put a stop to that and maybe fall back and get some wins off you. But GG, buddy.
GG.